Kashmir, with its snow-capped mountains and emerald valleys, is often called paradise on earth. It is a land of breathtaking beauty, but beneath its picturesque facade lies a history of conflict and pain. For decades, Kashmir has been a battleground. India and Pakistan have fought wars over its control. The Kashmiri people have endured immense suffering. Their paradise has been lost in a cycle of violence and despair. The story of Kashmir is a complex one. It is a story of broken promises and shattered dreams. It is a story that demands to be told. Understanding the Kashmir conflict requires delving into its historical roots. We must examine the events that have shaped this region and the lives of its people. The seeds of the Kashmir conflict were sown in 1947. The British Raj, which had ruled India for centuries, came to an end. The Indian subcontinent was partitioned into two independent nations, India and Pakistan. This partition was based on religious lines. Muslim-majority areas were to become part of Pakistan, Hindu-majority areas were to become part of India. The partition was a deeply traumatic event. Millions of people were displaced. Communal violence erupted across the subcontinent. Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs were killed in horrific acts of brutality. The wounds of partition still run deep. They continue to shape the relationship between India and Pakistan. Amidst the chaos of partition, the fate of Kashmir hung in the balance. Kashmir was a princely state ruled by Maharaja Hari Singh. He was a Hindu ruler of a predominantly Muslim population. The Maharaja initially hesitated to join either India or Pakistan. He wanted to preserve Kashmir's independence. However, this was not to be. Tribesmen from Pakistan, along with Pakistani soldiers, invaded Kashmir. They aimed to seize control of the region. The Maharaja, faced with this invasion, turned to India for help. He signed the Instrument of Accession. This document made Kashmir a part of India. India's intervention in Kashmir sparked the First Indo-Pakistani War of 1947-48. The war ended with a United Nations-brokered ceasefire. The UN Security Council passed Resolution 47 in 1948. This resolution called for a plebiscite. The people of Kashmir were to be given the right to decide their own future. They could choose to join India or Pakistan. The plebiscite, however, never took place. India and Pakistan could not agree on the terms for its implementation. Kashmir remained divided. A ceasefire line known as the Line of Control, or LOC, was established. It divided Kashmir into two parts. India administered the larger portion, including the Kashmir Valley. Pakistan administered a smaller portion. Section 5. Wars and Scars conflict engulfs Kashmir. The conflict over Kashmir has cast a long shadow over the region. India and Pakistan have fought two more wars over Kashmir in 1965 and 1999. These wars have resulted in countless casualties and widespread destruction. They have deepened the mistrust and animosity between the two countries. Beyond the battlefields, the people of Kashmir have borne the brunt of this enduring conflict. Their lives have been upended by violence, militarization, and human rights abuses. The dream of a peaceful resolution seems elusive. Section 6. Living in limbo, the Kashmiri people's plight. For decades, the Kashmiri people have lived in a state of limbo. Their lives are caught between the aspirations of India and Pakistan. They have witnessed their land become a site of geopolitical rivalry. Their voices have often been silenced amidst the roar of conflict. Daily life in Kashmir is marked by uncertainty and fear. The presence of a large military force is a constant reminder of the ongoing conflict. Human rights violations, including extrajudicial killings, disappearances, and torture, have been reported. The Kashmiri people long for peace and justice. Section 7. The Rise of Militancy, a Cry for Self-Determination. In the late 1980s, a new chapter unfolded in the Kashmir conflict. An armed insurgency emerged, demanding independence from India. This insurgency was fueled by a complex mix of factors. These included allegations of human rights abuses by Indian security forces, political disenfranchisement, and a desire for self-determination. The rise of militancy led to a brutal crackdown by Indian security forces. The conflict escalated, resulting in thousands of deaths. The Kashmiri people found themselves caught in the crossfire. Their lives became increasingly militarized. Section 8, Article 370, Revoked and Repercussions. In August 2019, the Indian government took a controversial step. it revoked Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. This article had granted special status to Jammu and Kashmir. It allowed the state to have its own constitution, flag and autonomy over most matters, except for defense, foreign affairs, and communications. The revocation of Article 370 was met with widespread protests in Kashmir. The Indian government imposed restrictions on communication and movement. Thousands were detained. The situation remains tense. The long-term implications of this decision are still unfolding. Section 9. Seeking Peace. A long and winding road. The path to peace in Kashmir is fraught with challenges. Decades of mistrust and violence have created deep divisions. However, amidst the despair, there are glimmers of hope. Civil society organizations and individuals on both sides of the border are working tirelessly to build bridges of understanding. Dialogue, both within Kashmir and between India and Pakistan, is crucial. International actors also have a role to play in facilitating a peaceful resolution. The aspirations of the Kashmiri people must be at the heart of any solution. The journey towards peace will be long and arduous, but it is a journey that must be undertaken for the sake of the people of Kashmir and the future of the region.